Bob Taylor again, and our good news show rolls right along with Connie Boswell and Meredith Wilson putting their heads together, musically speaking, of course, to bring you their version of Broadway's Gone Hawaii. Nobody holds me back. I may sing a few licks myself here.
Broadway's gone Hawaii. Ooh, feeling stealing through the air. Broadway's gone Hawaii. They've all gone nuts about hula huts on Old Times Square. Folk song singers have given up Frankie and Johnny for King Kamehameha, Kumanuka Nuka, and Sweet Leilani. Broadway's gone Hawaii. Every hot spot feature, those grass skirt preachers. Broadway rhythm, you've changed, for everybody's gone Hawaii. Now, Mr. Bob, I've read an awful lot about Broadway.
What did you find out, Connie?
That Fritzy Chef and Grace LaRue and Ziegfeld were the thing.
That's right, Connie. And Victor Herbert's melodies, they were kings.
And in the good old days, they tell me Nora Bay made old Broadway famous when she sang. Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. But, Mr. Taylor, look at Broadway now.
What's the matter with it?
They want to go back to a little grass shack in Kealakekua, Hawaii.
And you know why? It's all because of a melody that everybody knows.
But you must admit it's lovely, Robert. This is how it goes.
Sweet Leilani, heavenly thought, I dreamed of paradise for two.
Sweet Leilani,
You are my paradise, come here.
lovely Leilani,
You are my dream.
There's the Honolulu feeling through. You take a make a honker, you new. Broadway gone Hawaii may be true, but Mr. Bob, I don't care about the huts on Old Times Square.
We'll even lend our own applause. In fact, we think it's great.
Because we've gone Hawaii too.
Meredith, you and Connie can get together every week on that number as far as I'm concerned. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in the past 18 weeks, you've met many of the Metro stars here, but there's one distinguished ornament to the screen who was away when our program started and who returned to Hollywood only to plunge immediately into a tough shooting schedule. But now he's completed the picture. It's called The First 100 Years. And I know we're all glad to welcome him to our Maxwell House broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Robert Montgomery.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And may I say, Bob, that while this is my first visit to your program in the flesh, I've often been present in spirit.
You mean as part of the audience?
Yes, but sometimes it's more than that. On several occasions, I've envied you and some of the other boys the fun you seem to be having. And also once or twice, I've envied your juicy parts in the dramas you've done here. Just a sort of a wistful ham, I guess.
Say, boys, speaking of wistful hams, when do I come over?
Well, Virginia.
That good old Virginia ham.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome that charming girl and brilliant actress, leading lady to Mr. Montgomery in the first 100 years, Miss Virginia Bruce.
Virginia, glad to see you.
Oh, you wistful ham. And by the way, I can't keep calling you wistful ham. And if I call you Bob, the Fireside folk won't know whether I mean you or him. So from here on, I'll call you Montgomery.
Thank you.
You can call me Mr. Taylor.
Okay, Taylor.
Okay, Bruce.
Well, Taylor, now that that's settled, I noticed you billed Bruce and me correctly tonight. The name of our picture being the first 100 years. But last week in your announcement of tonight's show, you called our picture by its old title, Wooden Wedding.
Yes, how about that, Taylor? Slipped up a little, huh?
Well, yes, it did, and I'm sorry. They were going to fire me for it, but a pal of mine in the publicity department took the blame and saved my life. If you're listening, pal, thanks.
Okay, kid.
I guess he's listening.
Say, Taylor, how did you like our picture?
Well, officially, that is, speaking for Metro Goldwyn Mayer, I thought it was terrific. Speaking personally, I thought it was sensational.
Oh, boy, you had me worried for a minute. Could you give us just a short review of the picture in your own words, Bob?
Not more than 50 words.
50 words. Do I have to send labels with it?
No.
Okay, well, now let me see. The first 100 years is a very interesting picture about a lady and a man who are married, but he gets a job in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and she has a job in New York and doesn't want to go to New Bedford. The picture is filled with glamorous scenes of cocktail bars and penthouses and transcontinental airplanes and is very exciting. The end.
Bravo, yes. You know, I really liked the story myself, although, of course, I never could see much sense in Bruce's part. Any woman should be tickled to death to go wherever her husband wants her to go if he's working.
Oh, is that so?
Certainly it's so. Since the beginning of time, woman has been man's chattel. It's psychologically sound for her to want what he wants, go where he goes, imitate his tastes, and cater to his every whim.
Why, you wistful ham.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Virginia.
Oh, wait no minute, Taylor. The trouble with you, Montgomery, is that you're still living in the dark ages of masculine ignorance. The way your mind operates, I'm surprised you don't light fires by rubbing sticks together. You ought to be wearing a leopard skin instead of that expensive suit you've got on. You're prehistoric.
That's right.
You're Neolithic.
That's right.
You're a dope.
That's what?
Now, Virginia, please, you must...
You stay out of this, Taylor. I know how to handle women.
I can see that.
Of course, Bruce, the trouble with arguing with a woman is that they make everything so personal. If you say to a girl the world is round, she says, well, thank goodness I'm not fat.
Montgomery, don't you criticize my figure. You're no man mountain dean yourself.
You said I should be wearing a leopard skin.
Don't.
I'm not quibbling. You said I was Neolithic, and I say the trouble with women today is that they're too civilized. What does a modern woman know of household arts? They think needles are something to put in beer.
Robert Montgomery, I'll have you know I make all my own clothes. I darn my husband's socks, and I can cook canned baked beans with the best of them.
Now, really, Virginia, a little less steam,
I
please.
can handle it, Taylor. I can handle it. The beautiful blonde is not yet born who can down Montgomery in debate.
Did I hear somebody say beautiful blonde?
Yes. Yes, but you keep out of this, Frank Morgan.
Oh, I love them when they're angry.
Well, I wasn't warming her up for you, Frank.
Oh, you're just mean.
I just won't be talked about this way. Bob, please make him stop.
Sure, honey. I'll make him stop.
I mean, Taylor.
Yeah. Well, serves you right, Montgomery.
Now, Virginia, don't you mind what nasty old Morgan and nasty old Montgomery say. You're a sweet, lovely little girl, believe me.
Thank you, Taylor.
Frank, now that we're alone, were you out at Santa Anita last Saturday?
I certainly was.
What did you do with the handicap?
The handicap? Oh, my wife stayed home. Oh, Alma, if you're listening, I didn't really mean that.
I'm listening, Frank.
Oh, well, that's fine. And how are you, dear? Who said that?
Alma. And you'd better stay away from that Bruce woman.
All right, dear. Yes, dear. I guess that's telling her. Well, fellas, I've got to go to the market and get a rib roast and a box of scouring powder.
Frank, don't tell me you go out and do the marketing for your family.
I insist on it. Remember, Montgomery, we'll see you later. Virginia, if I can get away.
Bruce, I suppose that's the kind of a fellow you'd like for a husband.
No, thank you. I'm very happy with the husband I have.
Poor old Morgan. I'd hate to be him. The way he gets kicked around by that wife of his. Oh, not for Montgomery. In the Chateau Montgomery, I am the king.
Hello? Oh, yes, how are you? Yes, just a second. It's for you, Montgomery.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Hello? Oh, hello, dear. Wait till I get a pencil, will you? Now, 2 dozen pork chops, can of beans, some steel wool, and a new garbage can? Oh, what's the matter with the can we have? Oh, it's full. Oh. All right, dear. Goodbye.